Is Oneplus Watch 2 really redefining the meaning of Wear OS? Do we finally have a meaningful Android ecosystem contender better than Apple Watch? It's been on my wrist for weeks, and I'm about to give you all the answers in the next few minutes. Let's inspect. Right, welcome everyone, I'm the Tech Mishka and let me paint the scenery. So, on this channel we inspect a lot of cool and interesting tech, and one of my favorite things to do is to review smartwatches, because they help me to keep record of my health data and to kind of improve some of my habits, or at least keep them in tolerable levels. And at the moment that I saw that there's gonna be a Oneplus Watch based on Wear OS, and that's the one, I knew I want to try it out. Because in the past couple of years, we have to admit the Wear OS world has been very boring ever since Fossil have pulled away, and it's now mostly Google, Samsung, partially TicWatch, but they don't release so many new devices. And now we have the Oneplus Watch 2, which is particularly interesting because it promises phenomenal battery life, and also has the so-called non-smart mode, or they call it battery saver mode, which is based on the secondary operating system. It's based on RTOS. Sounds pretty exciting. Is it really redefining the smart wearable market? Let me show you in the next few minutes. In terms of pricing, not really, because it is expensive. Yeah, at the $300 price tag, you may end up with owning a decent mid-range smartphone with a decent camera. At the same time, it is less than the launch price of the Pixel Watch series, more affordable than the TicWatch Pro 5, and makes me think that Samsung should also rethink their pricing strategy, especially after what I'm about to show you in regards to the battery life. Unboxing experience is top-notch. OnePlus know how to present their tech in a good way and make it appealing and at the same time not too intrusive. What you immediately notice is the awesome quality of the strap. It's a silicone strap and uses the approach similar to Galaxy Watch series to obstruct the arrival of the dust inside these tiny holes. After a couple of weeks of using it, no sign of such, which to me means that the mission is well accomplished. The next thing to note is the rather large size. It's kind of thick, but not too thick. 2 buttons on the side, none of which can accidentally get pressed. Looking at you, Redmi Watch 4. However, although the top one looks like a rotating crown, it's a plain button. The build quality is superb. All the cuts, the corners, the joints. One thing haters will certainly criticize is the curved glass, which is exposed and not protected in any way by the bezels. With my kind of lifestyle, this is definitely a concern, because it took me only 3 days to make the first serious scratches on the Google Pixel Watch 2. How exactly I managed to keep the screen in mint condition on this one, despite the fact I'm doing something with my hands all the time, I still don't know. Or might be related to the fact that the sapphire crystal coverage does make a big difference. As usual, there are plenty of health tracking sensors at the bottom. The only accessories you're going to get are the charging plate and a cable. Quite nice indeed. Hardware specs are also nothing short of impressive. There's the best for 2024 Snapdragon system on a chip inside, with great performing CPU, loads of RAM and storage. There's the 1.43-inch AMOLED screen with peak brightness of up to 600 nits, a 500 mAh battery, multi-band GPS, a bunch of advanced health tracking sensors, such as the optical HR tracker. There are more than 100 native watch faces, a number of tracked workouts, and the watch has passed military-grade standard and is waterproof for swimming. These hardware specs sound really interesting, and I think the build quality is obviously really good. But what hides inside is even more interesting, because this smartwatch in particular has two dependent on each other operating systems. On one side, yes, you have Wear OS with the most capable processor on the market for 2024 and so on. But at the same time, you have the so-called battery saver mode, which runs RTOS, the thing that kind of backs most of the fitness trackers and the more basic smart watches, and that really helps you to preserve battery life. And the nice thing is that it covers most of the health tracking features, and as soon as you need the smart mode again, you're just a few seconds away from selecting it. And this reminds me very much of the concept of the TicWatch Pro series, which have the so-called Essential mode, which covers like 90% of what the battery saver mode over here has. Difference is that the TicWatch has a secondary display, whereas over here, the watch entirely relies on this beautiful AMOLED screen. So speaking of hardware, I can say only good things. Very powerful, enough RAM, enough of storage inside, all the connectivity parts are done right. Well, maybe this thing here, which you see, unfortunately just a button and not a rotating crown. The battery is also quite big, and we have the VOOC quick charging. Unfortunately, that's not wireless charging yet, not at least for this generation. So we already caught a couple of hardware drawbacks, but overall I think the hardware setup is really amazing. Now let's talk about the software and the user experience. You will anyway spend some time to pass the initial tutorial. It's a mixture between the native Wear OS controls and a bit of Samsung's One UI ideas. I can't say a bad word about it, because this probably is the only smartwatch without a rotating crown that I happily wear no matter what. The menus are absolutely lovely. The tiles are beautiful. This really needs to be said, because there are so many Wear OS health tracking interpretations that look not right. OnePlus apparently did their homework and combined some of their experience from Watch Generation 1 with the best of the Google's Wearable Operating System Edition. There actually are 3 ways to visualize the apps: as a grid, as a list, or the so-called planet view. Many folks are obsessed with sensors accuracy, so let me cover this as well. Heart rate tracking is spot on. It can catch spikes or quiet moments. It can warn you in case your HR goes above a certain threshold. Also, take into consideration the fact that measuring pulse on your wrist can never be as good as chest-mounted trackers. The watch can act as pulse oximeter too. It can also track your sleep cycles, and I'm happy to confirm that it's quite reliable, maybe the best kind of sleep tracking that I've experienced on a Wear OS watch. If you plan to use OnePlus Watch 2 for workout tracking, I'd say go for it. There are many of them, and these that are tracked outdoors will also involve GPS signal, and that provides a lot more details. Plus, accuracy is really good. In the app drawer of your choice, you're going to see a lot of productivity apps, such for utilizing the rest of the sensors and, of course, access to even more apps via Google Play, of course. This is where the possibilities become countless, and I'm therefore going to focus on the watch faces. OnePlus gift you around 100 of them for free, and they're really good. Sure, you can buy many others from Play Store or continue using these that you already paid for, but the quality and the aesthetics of the stock watch faces is from another dimension if we compare to some of the other vendors. I liked at least 5 for daily use, and it's the first time I didn't get to install additional ones. Still, if you want to find some amazing free watch faces, I invite you to watch my video about this. The smartphone app is so good, not great, though. It actually is not on par with OnePlus high standards for software, at least now, a couple of months after the announcement. It's a different one to the app used for Watch Generation 1, but you get all the services right. If you wonder whether Strava is usable, let me say that OnePlus have partnered with Strava, and you could win a free watch in case you get selected, or at least grab 20% discount in case you decide to purchase the watch, and check the video description for the best deal I got for you. Inside the app, you can review your health data and get some good advice about improving stamina and habits for free. Looking at you, Fitbit Premium. You can customize a lot of things, such as auto-triggering the battery saver mode, or adjusting the display timeout, or adapting the buttons to the way that you like, or get some tutorials how to prolong the battery endurance, and so on and so forth. Speaking of battery life, it's phenomenal. The promise of 4 days per charge, even with always-on display, are quite realistic. In battery saver mode, you can easily double this amount. Before the wrap-up, just a thought that if someone tries to convince me that Wear OS is a dead end, I'd certainly invite this very same person to try the Oneplus Watch 2, because I feel it has a lot of lessons to teach us about. On the other hand, it's not the perfect wearable, at least not yet. The drawbacks list that I've managed to put together starts with the lack of sizes, and to some people the default dimensions look too big. There is no rotating crown, no LTE edition, no easy way to transfer files via the smartphone app, at least not yet. There are certain software remarks, such as the lack of auto brightness in always-on mode, or the inability to choose vibration only for the alarm settings, or enabling always-on display in battery saver mode, but I guess sooner or later OnePlus would address such via software updates. To finish this review with a clear answer to the question from the start, no, I don't feel that the Watch 2 is redefining the Wear OS market. It's more of seriously refreshing it, maybe restarting it, because that's a very different take on what Wear OS smartwatches can actually do, especially concerning battery life. And this buddy over here is the best on the market for at least a couple of really important categories. And I feel that from now on, when I think of Wear OS, to me there are two types of devices: OnePlus Watch 2 and everybody else. And yes, that's how good I believe this new generation of the OnePlus wearable actually is. Samsung, Google, TicWatch, they all have a lot of homework to do. And don't get me wrong, this here is by no means perfect. No, it's an exceptionally good smartwatch, but there's still a lot of work to be done, especially on the software side, which can significantly improve the overall performance. Well, to me, that's a missed opportunity, the use of a button instead of rotating crown, but still, I really enjoyed my time with the OnePlus Watch 2. And no, this is not a sponsored video. As a matter of fact, this is my own purchase, which kind of has revealed to me that OnePlus support is not as good as what it used to be in the past, but never mind. Here we focus on the tech, and I can totally recommend the qualities of the OnePlus Watch 2. Well, you can disagree or agree to my opinion, so we can carry on the conversation in the comment section below the video. If you want to buy this buddy, then follow the link, which I posted in the video description. And thank you very much for watching it. If you have questions, you know how to reach out. If you want to go for more cool tech inspections, check some of the other content on the channel and subscribe. I'm the Tech Mishka. Gotta see you soon. Bye.